Thank you guys so much for tuning in to the Angel Star Show. I'm your host, Angel Starks.
I'm your co-host, Kente Bell.
We have an awesome show lined up for you today, and I'm actually I'm like in a real calm state because we're talking about everything that I love. We're talking about the youth. We're talking about accessorizing jewelry. So I'm at home right now today. I'm so excited. I don't know what you're going to do when we start talking about jewelry. But me can accessorize too. So maybe you can learn something for your daughter, or if you get that girlfriend you wanted in 2017.
Yeah, that'd be nice. Yeah,
teach her how to do it.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So we have a fun show lined up. But Kente, I missed you.
You did? Oh, girl.
I didn't see you for like 2.
Yeah, I didn't miss you at all. But I love you though. I love you.
No, I don't want you to love me. Just miss me back, old ugly thing.
You know this ain't ugly, ladies.
I missed you. I didn't see you for almost 2 weeks. I mean, I was like lightweight missed you. Not like tripping or nothing, but I was like, I ain't got nobody to be stupid with.
I
People are so serious.
Yeah.
You're so crazy and fun. It's
I thought of you a couple times.
A couple times?
You know what I'm saying? A couple times.
Now, let me tell you something.
I was like, I don't miss them flatulations.
You better stop. He's lying. You better stop. So I went out shopping and I got the crew some little gift bags, and I was thinking, I don't even know what you like. I was like, does he eat food? I never seen you eat but once. You took one bite of a rib. I'm like, does he drink coffee? I don't even know what you like.
See,
I didn't know.
Beautiful lies.
I know you like water. That's all I ever seen you do. So I was like,
she took me to dinner for my birthday. Talking, I don't know what you like. I don't know what you eat.
You only ate rice, and I didn't even see what you had. You was like hovering over it, like, don't look.
That's because you was talking, ooh, can I have some of that? I had to go.
Good. But listen, so when people go and work together, they know stuff about their coworkers, even if they're not supposed to. They know too much. Sometimes they, And I was like, do I really know this guy? Like, I don't know a lot about you. So let's play a game. Yeah. Let's play a game real quick. So I'll just tag us. So I'm going to tell you what I think I know about you.
Okay.
And then you have to tell me if I'm right at the very end. Okay? And then you can do the same thing for me.
Okay.
Now, if you're looking or you're viewing or hearing the show, you have to go on Facebook, and when you see the show, comment on if he's telling the truth or not, if you know him, because he's not going to probably tell the truth. He don't want to tell the truth about what I really know. Okay, so here we go. This is what I know about this man that I work with on the Angel Star Show. Okay.
Let's do it.
You're single. You have 2 babies. You're an awesome dad. You have a job, car, house. You only drink water and a little bit of rice.
I drink rice. But that's all right. Keep going.
You only drink water and eat a little bit of rice.
Oh, okay.
You definitely like to work out. You're a religious guy, Christian. You are very sensitive and you cry easily. You're fanatic about making sure that your hair is right. Like, you really want to make sure that everything is good with the hair. And you're a ladies' man. Let me see. Your favorite color is purple. You love Gone with the Wind for your favorite movie. And your most favorite top #1 movie is Dirty Dancing. Am I right?
What the hell's going on around here?
That's what I think.
No. You probably got like 40% of that stuff right. Gone with the Wind and Dirty Dancing.
But aren't you sensitive though?
I'll be, yeah.
Yes, you do.
Yeah, I'll be giving a little Patrick Swayze out there on the dance floor, but I ain't, yeah.
But you are sensitive and sometimes you cry a lot, right?
No. I don't know when the last time I cried. I have no idea.
Oh, I went wrong with that. But anyway.
All right, so my
Your turn.
Yeah, all right. You are married.
Mm-hmm.
You are over 30. You have bunions, corn. What?
You're being mean.
I'm
Tell the truth. You know, people I got pretty feet.
Honest.
You know I got pretty feet.
Can I finish?
Don't be lying.
Okay, flatulations is a common occurrence with you. You drive a very gas efficient car. You have 4 children, I believe. Your natural eye color is black, so you got contacts in now. And lastly, let me see, you like tofu.
We didn't get to know each other.
I'm not right?
No.
What?
My eyes are this brown color. I don't wear why would I wear some black contacts? That's stupid. I never pass gas. Everybody knows that I never, you can ask anybody in my family, I don't do that. I just meditate. That's all you gotta do.
You just meditate and this funky aroma just shows up on its own.
Hey, and he's trying to be funny because I did a piece on passing gas and how it can help you with dementia and make your brain strong. Go into the Angel
That's
Star
why she's so
Show.
smart.
You need to be passing gas right now. Go ahead, I'll let you because you need to get some smart.
There we go. It's coming, baby.
So go onto the Angel Star Show YouTube channel. Watch that show. It's super funny. He's crazy. Okay, so we don't know each other. That's too bad. We got to do better. But I got to ask you something else. It's really important. Ready?
Okay.
Will you be my full-time co-host?
Girl, you gonna make me. I can't cry. You know what I'm saying? Before I tell you what, girl, yeah. Yes. Yes. Yes, I will.
Wait, acting like I put a ring on your feet.
Oh.
Hey guys.
Let me stop. I'm like, girl, I knew. I know he ain't.
And he talked about that on the last show about people when they get excited how men start getting a little too.
Get feminized.
So you gotta watch it. But anyway, so guys, again, thank you so much for tuning into the Angel Star Show.
Up close and personal, it's the Angel Star Show. If you got something to say, Angel will showcase your talent, your business on the internet show. Up close and personal, it's the Angel Star Show.
Thank you guys for tuning into the Angel Star Show. We are back and we are here with JESIKA Smith, a distributor for Premier Design. And you are going to show us about, accessorizing your jewelry with all different types of different clothing and how maybe sometimes you can take jewelry from each season because jewelry can kind of help you still wear stuff. I feel like sometimes I'll wear something that's out of season, but if I put the right jewelry on them, they'll let me slide.
Exactly.
So yeah, so tell me what you do and exactly what is that?
I came here to give you guys 5 tips to look thin in the new year
Ooh, baby.
without diet and exercise.
Yeah.
Okay. I know that I'm not saying you shouldn't do those things,
Right.
but if you're anything like me, you kind of overdid it this Christmas season. I mean, would you look at this?
She's having a baby.
I'm just kidding. I am pregnant.
That's
But
hilarious.
I still overdid it, and
Uh-huh.
and so it's just some quick tips on how to drop about 10 pounds
Okay.
with just a jewelry diet.
Your jewelry diet.
Mhm.
So pull your chairs up, guys. I know you want to know this. Sometimes you need something in between. Like while you're working on your fitness, trying to get to where you want to be, you just need to still look great
Just
and need something in between. So you could do this.
slimming effects.
Some slimming effects. And you have all types of jewelry here. So just dive on in and show
Okay.
us.
Well, when you can't, or when you don't exercise, you should just accessorize. Okay, so
smoking for it.
yeah, as an accessory stylist with Premier, part of my job description is just to help women kind of create effortless 30-second looks by just pulling clothes from your closet and recycling clothes that you already have. You may not have the newest and trendiest clothes from the mall or your favorite store, but we all have clothes in our closet that are just basic, timeless pieces. So with that, I just like to help women put those together in a complimentary closet consultation. So we're putting things together. I'm helping putting those together. And
Do you know how many times I have went on Pinterest to find something to wear? Sometimes I'm in the mood for, like that girl that's going to be at Starbucks with the big sweater on. And I'm in the mood for that, but I don't know how to pull it together. So I go on Pinterest and I'm looking at it. I'm like, I already have all of this stuff. And so that's a good idea to go in there and just kind of see what you got and make it work.
Sometimes I feel like women get too overwhelmed with trying to look trendy and fashionable, and they just really need to pull it back and think simple.
Yeah.
Because it really all boils back to just those basic, simple pieces. So.
And sometimes when I'm not even trying, and I just throw on some crap, everybody's like, it's so cute. And I'm like, I'm going to stab myself, but okay.
I know.
So sometimes not too much or just kind of using what you got works.
Well, when you're recycling your wardrobe, it is 100% easier to recycle your wardrobe when you have the newest trendy jewelry to pull from. And
It's a lot
so
cheaper.
with Premier Designs, when you're a style partner with me, you can get free and half price jewelry and updating your. So you're basically
Sign me up. Where's the
updating.
paper if I can sign?
Okay. You're basically updating your wardrobe just by updating your jewelry box.
That's
So,
right. That's a big deal.
So I just have a few articles of clothing that I brought that I just pulled them out of my closet. I've had them forever, so didn't go run to the mall before this or anything.
Okay.
So there's just a few key pieces to the building blocks to a perfect wardrobe.
Okay.
So, you ready to hear my tips?
I am ready. I
Okay.
am ready to hear the tips.
All right.
I'm going to use them.
Bring my
Bring your little girl up here. This is our girl.
I like to call her Angelina Jewelry.
All right. Hi,
Okay.
Angelina.
So,
So you got a basic black tee or shirt here.
basic, everyday black tee. I'm sure pretty much every woman has this in their closet, right? So pairing that with a military jacket or a denim jacket. I think
Okay.
everybody has either or one of both. So you are already slenderizing yourself
Yes, when you
with the
layer.
vertical lines
Okay.
and layering, and you're kind of breaking that up. And when you wear vertical lines, you are immediately creating a visual slenderizing look, making you look taller
Like
and
this.
thinner. Oh yeah.
And this is the vertical line.
You actually are my tips right now. So
I'm a whole tip right now.
I got a tip. We're gonna be talking
So
about
I
it.
love layering. So
Yes.
I don't know.
I
I
feel
love
like layering never goes out of style either.
Yeah.
So and
So you're warm. You can take it
arm,
off.
you can take it off. You've got your vertical line here, creating that. So my tip is to wear a long necklace with it.
Okay.
Now long necklaces do the
I
same
love my
thing.
necklaces.
They create that long vertical line,
Yeah.
creating that illusion that you're taller and thinner.
Mhm.
This is your way, and this necklace is named Your
This
Way.
is so cool. I like it.
And if you haven't noticed, gold is back.
gold is back.
Gold
Okay.
is back.
Thanks for telling me because I don't wear gold.
Yeah, I didn't either.
Yeah, I'm starting to see
And
people
now I'm
like
kind of
that's cute.
obsessed. Kind of obsessed with gold right
Yeah, you
now.
like it. Mhm.
Mhm.
And you got the gold nails. So,
yeah, I know. I told you I'm obsessed.
yeah, I love it.
So this is actually multiple necklaces in one. You can take these apart. You can wear one strand, or you can wear the other. Premier is fantastic at
Cool.
letting you choose how you want to
How you
wear a
wanna
piece.
wear it.
Mhm. So you can also even take this up and
I was just going to say
layer
that.
that up, and you
And
still
you got
have
three.
your long necklace that's pulling that pendant, tassel down. Tassels and fringe
Mhm.
are big this season as well. But so I just took a basic timeless piece and threw some gold on it
Mhm.
and a long necklace. I lost 10 pounds. I made my outfit
She was 10
trendy.
pounds smaller, I can tell.
I know, right?
It's in the hips.
Doesn't she? Okay.
Now, would you do your, like, you have all the bracelets, you've got earrings, you would do all that too, or is this enough?
Yes, and I'm getting no.
Okay.
Oh no. I mean, it might be for someone, and that's fine.
Yes, but for
I
us,
I was born and raised in Texas,
so that's not nearly enough.
things are bigger in Texas. It's very true.
I'm trying to get my bracelet out in
You
here
get
so
it
I can
from my
show
mom.
it off. It's
So,
that one.
and we have lots of long necklaces here.
You
this
do.
is-
That's a
And I just wanted to show
Oh, I
really
love
quick,
that.
just
Tassel.
really quick.
Yeah.
We're gonna put that one back on if you
Mhm.
hold it for me. But look how quick you can change the look of your outfit just by changing
Yeah.
your necklace.
Yeah, it's almost ready to go out. This could
Yeah.
be work or dinner. This is ready to go party
Yeah.
to me when I see
You can
the
just
bling.
change it up. This actually has another way to wear it. You can toggle
Oh, I
it, make
like
it
jewelry
shorter.
like that.
You can wear it how you want.
Yeah.
You can actually take the tassels
Because I don't
off.
put a bobby pin in mine.
Oh, really?
Just ghetto, but I just want to make it work, so I do that
Good
sometimes.
though.
So this is perfect.
We have lots of different necklaces
You put
that
this
you
back
can,
on.
yeah.
Mhm. I love the colors.
I love colors. You just got even,
Yes.
just a different look, just a different total look.
Yeah.
Just
I always
changing
need something like this when I
necklace.
wear my big African head wraps. These pieces kind of remind me of that, you know, when I do that.
So I'm
So,
gonna put your way back
Uh-huh.
on so I can give you tip number 2.
okay.
Now tip number 2, to lose some weight without diet and exercise, just accessorize our big earrings. You're gonna want to wear earrings that are bigger than a quarter.
Yes. Awesome.
So when you wear earrings that are bigger than a quarter,
Mhm.
it brings attention to your face and your neck,
Uh-huh.
and you want to draw attention to your face and not your waist.
Right. Well,
Okay.
we got all the slogans, honey.
And draw attention to your face and not your waist.
Yes.
And it just creates that illusion of a summer face as well. So that is my second tip. Oh, these are our Sabrina earrings. Aren't they just fabulous?
They are fabulous. I
love
love
them.
big earrings.
Feel
I
how
like the
light.
pattern on
Feel
them.
how lightweight
Oh, that's
they
what
are.
I was gonna say. I was gonna say that sometimes the big ones are so heavy.
Yeah.
I can only make it through half
Oh,
through
yeah,
dinner
the
before I'm
ears
like,
are-
screw this. So these are really nice and light, guys.
Yes.
So we have changed our mannequin to another top and also a blazer here. So we'll get to that. But let's go to our third tip, right?
Third tip.
Okay.
I'm going to be the mannequin for this one.
Yes.
Once again, basic black tee, in this case maternity black tee. But I just threw on a moto jacket. Moto jackets, the name kind of changes, but it's always the same. So threw on my moto jacket that I've had forever. So my third tip in black. Black's always slimming. Black on black. And so my third tip is a statement necklace.
Yes.
Statement necklace is going to go ahead and just take your basic outfit and just give it. It's immediately the centerpiece of your wardrobe.
Yes, that's
So,
all I was looking at the whole time. Like, you have gorgeous eyes, but I didn't notice it. I was looking at the necklace the whole
you
time.
looking at this?
I was looking at the baby, honey. I was looking at the necklace. So it's a statement piece for sure.
Yeah, so it just kind of brings the eyes up
Yes.
and away from problem areas. This is Acapulco, this turquoise one, and I just wanted to pop a color with the black, but I put rose gold on top of it. It's a couple strands from our Presley necklace,
Yeah.
and rose gold is very trendy this season.
And this is lightweight too.
Yeah, it's not much.
Yeah,
I mean,
this is a little. Very
rose
cute.
gold's very trendy this season, and it's not going anywhere. So stock up on your rose gold.
Stock up.
And
Yes.
okay, so I just wanted to throw on rose gold with it, and I immediately put my timeless look into trendy. So
Yes.
that
Love
is
it.
my third tip.
That's the third tip.
Okay, and my fourth tip is I'm a mannequin as well. I'm the mannequin again.
You're excited about
arm
the jewelry.
party. I am. I love jewelry. And one of my favorite things, and just a passion of mine with this business, is helping women feel more confident wearing jewelry. A lot of women don't feel like they can pull it off
They do.
or look, wear
You
that
feel like,
look.
I don't know if I
It's
have on
too
too much.
much.
I don't know how to wear it.
Yeah, and so and that's been my favorite thing, is helping women kind of find their confidence in wearing jewelry. So my fourth tip though is an arm party. Now this is an arm party.
Yeah, fun as
Alright. An arm party is about when you wrap your wrist around wrap your hand around your wrist. Wrap your hand around your wrist. It's a lot of R words.
Yeah.
And
I bet you can't say it at home.
Yeah.
Wrap your hands around your wrist, but you can't say it.
yeah, say that 5 times. When you
So
wrap
you
your
wrap
hand
around-
around your wrist, that's about how many bracelets you're gonna want to throw on to get yourself a fun arm party. Okay.
Oh, I don't have enough.
Our wrists are one of the thinnest parts of our body, so why not accentuate the positive
Yes.
and putting lots of bling on your wrist and taking the eyes off your hips and onto your wrist.
Awesome sauce. That's so awesome.
Yeah.
So, this is, can you do this on both wrists? Or, because I guess you do, but you don't have as many,
I still
but it's
put-
okay.
I don't like to put the same amount on each one. I'm just like that.
Okay, but it's
I-
not
I
a rule,
load
you
up-
can.
But you can.
Okay.
You can. I would wear them up to my elbows. That was.
Wow, girl. I've
Yeah,
never heard that before. I've never heard that.
I love an arm party.
So tell me about the pieces that we have here.
Create your own look from
Yeah.
the jewelry that you have.
And you know what? I like that you have so many different varieties of jewelry. Like, I wear a lot of silver, and that's pretty much, I'm like a bling silver girl.
Yeah.
Every once in a while I wear some color, but I'm gonna change that because this is a lot of nice, classy,
You kind of
fun
fit
jewelry.
in my silver, sleek and silver collection.
Uh-huh.
So it's just kind of, I find that most women end up finding a collection that they gravitate to.
Yeah. Well, I'm changing. I'm not gonna be
Okay.
silver
That's
and
good.
sleek.
That's
I'm
good.
changing to what's this? A color play. I'm gonna switch to that because I feel like I should. This is so pretty. I just
Throw
love
that on a black
Oh, it's a
tee.
bracelet. Oh yes,
Yeah.
guys. So cute. So I don't know. I may end up wearing this on the show. I don't know. We'll see. So yes. So thank you so much for coming on the Angel Star Show. If you are at home watching right here on AmazonTV.com, make sure that you reach out to her and get the information, and you can do a consult. So you go out to homes, or they come to you.
Yeah, I go to closets.
Okay.
And help women kind of pull things together, and also style shows with friends and
That's fun.
family, and it's,
Yeah.
I like to call it relation shopping. We get
Uh-huh.
together, have some girl time, play in jewelry, and
Have you
update-
ever had somebody say, she dresses like crap, fix her? Like, remember the show,
I
How
have.
Do I Look?
I have.
I thought I had envisioned with you before. But,
I have.
but in real life, people will end up fighting. But I'm just saying,
Yeah.
like,
Or
you should
they
do that
say-
type of stuff too.
Or they have said, just, you can help me.
Just playing out. Help me, look at me. Well, you guys reach out today and see if you have any accessories that you need to figure out how to pair them. You can reach out and get the information and get your consult going, and you'll be popping with a pop of color and merge silver and accessorizing and just feel brand new. You know, a confident woman is a happy woman. You know that?
Yep.
Women that are not confident, sometimes they're so mean. And I'm like, what is wrong with you? And it's just the fact that they are not confident and they hate you for being confident. So if you want to be confident, reach out. The information's at the bottom of your screen.
I have my 5th tip coming to you from Premier Designs. So the last 2 basic pieces, a white button-up blouse with a black boyfriend blazer. I'm just going to throw those on. And the tip is to add a V-shaped necklace. Now, a V-shaped necklace immediately gives you a slenderizing look because it pulls the eyes in and down, creating kind of an hourglass figure, mimicking an hourglass figure. So you can easily take the blouse and add a V-neck tee underneath, but some women aren't comfortable with the plunging neckline, so the V-shaped necklace mimics this and creates the same look.
And we will be right back. We have Mr. Robert Jackson on the Angel Star Show. We're going to talk about something that is very sensitive to me and very dear to me, which is our youth. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Up close and personal, it's the Angel Star Show. We got something to say, Angel will showcase your talent, your business on the internet show. Up close and personal, it's the Angel Star Show.
Welcome back. We are here with national speaker and just a bunch of other stuff. I mean, this guy, he does it all. He's an author. I'm gonna let him tell it. But we're with Robert Jackson. Thanks for coming on, man.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
You are so welcome. You are so welcome.
Yeah.
So I invited you to come on the show because the massive fight and everything that happened here in Indianapolis at Castleton Square Mall, and then I seen a video of you speaking on something similar, and I thought, we need to have you come on and kind of educate and just kind of give your opinion on what was that all about. Why did that happen? It made national news.
It did. These young ladies, I was actually out of town when
Yeah,
I
me
saw it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in Seattle speaking. And they said Indianapolis. I just happened to hear Indianapolis on the screen, and then I'm like, it's at Castleton Mall right around the corner from the house. So I did my research and found out these young ladies fighting over a young man. So I immediately just said these young ladies are misguided.
Okay.
But it was just the way it looked on TV.
Mhm.
I mean, it was a total debacle. You know what I mean? It just, we need to pull our young kids in and teach them. And as parents, we got to hold ourselves accountable for that.
I looked at that and I said, we are failing right now as parents and as a community, period, when you see your young girls out fighting like that. And me personally, I always think kids on drugs. When I see kids acting like that, I'll be like, all these kids out here on drugs, they smoking reefer. I just think all kids, but when you think about it,
Reefer.
I always think kids are on drugs. But on a more serious point, people are, I'm wondering, like, whose fault is that? Is it the kids? Is it white people? Is it the police? Is it the parents? Whose fault is it that our kids were out in the masses fighting and, acting like that during the holiday season too? So many kids. It wasn't like one kid was like, oh, that was our whole
A lot of them
group.
were innocent bystanders, but I think it's a combination of blame.
Okay.
And we need to pull our kids in to teach them. I'm not going to blame these kids, because I've been a kid. We all been kids.
Yeah.
We all made mistakes. But we need adults stepping to the plate, handling their business, and not passing on their pain and dysfunction onto their kids. Somebody should be teaching these young ladies how to act.
Yes.
And how not to act. And this boy's not your husband. I mean, there's some little knucklehead y'all fighting over. You got all these people, and it's all on social media, and that's what's personifying it is the media and social media. Because this was an isolated event, and there are several other events that happened probably when we were kids. It wasn't videotaped.
Oh no.
So fights at the skating rink and everything else. So we just need to pull our kids in and teach them. But we also have to teach our parents.
That's another
We got
thing.
parents who are acting like kids, and that's unacceptable.
Yeah.
Yeah, and actually, I mean, that's kind of what you do. Like, you can just talk a little bit about the life coach aspect that you give. Can you just tell us a little bit about that?
Well, I started off working just, I got cut from the NFL. NFL stands for not for long. Nobody told me that.
Yeah, that's
But
what
when I got cut, I took a job teaching at Arlington High School. And that was the same high school that I tried to go to and got kicked out of back when I was a freshman.
Okay.
And, my best friend went there. He graduated from there a few years later. He got murdered. So I took, I just felt like I needed to go there and do something with those young people.
Mm-hmm.
So I started teaching at Arlington. And when I was teaching, I didn't like what I saw. I didn't like the way educators were interacting with kids. We have educators, just because two people look alike don't mean they know anything about each other.
Exactly.
So I decided to start doing seminars with students, with educators, and parents, because I feel like it's a trifecta that needs to be fixed. We need to bridge the gap between parents, educators, and students. So that's what I do. I do seminars nationally. I've been invited to speak in Hawaii, Toronto, Harvard University.
Wow.
I mean, I'm from Brightwood, man. When I first got the call to Harvard, I thought it was a prank call, from Brightwood, man. So, but you trust in God, sky's the limit, So I'm out here trying to make a difference, and not just with the young men. God will expand your territory if He feels like you're ready for that. So when I'm speaking in front of all these academia, I'm like, man, this is my time. I gotta get out here and do what God told me to do.
Yeah.
So it's been going well.
So tell me this, you talked about being relatable, and a lot of the young men, in high school, it's hard for teachers to relate to them.
It is.
So what is your angle to get their attention and say, you know what, I'm going to listen to this guy?
Yes, you just said, listen. If you listen to your students, you'll learn a lot from them. You also have to expose yourself. I mean, have you ever made a mistake in your life?
Oh, man.
We got to talk about it. Educators don't want to talk about their mistakes, and they don't want to talk about their shortcomings. I think many times educators base their knowledge off of what they see on TV. You have educators who are coming from small, rural areas, coming into the inner city to teach. Nobody's training them for that.
Right.
You don't go to college and get trained for that. You get trained to be a teacher, a counselor, administrator, but nobody's training you about the cultural awareness piece. And that's when I come in to bridge that gap, and I do the trainings on that.
Yeah, that's wonderful, man. That's wonderful.
It is, absolutely.
And, you talk about growing up in Brightwood. I grew up on 30th in college. I know how it is, and then just...
Frogs, huh?
Yeah. Frog Burger Shop. Yeah, man, what's up, man? So, yeah, so growing up in that area, not only do you have to make it out, but then once you make it out, you have to turn things around. So for you personally, what caused you to turn it around in your life?
I mean, it's the stereotypes. I wasn't a perfect kid, but I played sports and I went to school and I wanted to get educated. I wanted to get up out of that situation I was in, and not just for me, pull my family out of that situation, and then my friends and other folks that I was around. And, being bullied by people that look like you, well, we called it being picked on back then, and you being talked about and stereotyped just because you're trying to go to school, you're accused of acting white. It was you getting it from both ends. I went to Fair Meridian High School.
Oh, wow.
So many of those folks have never seen inner city kids. So you're trying to bridge the gap between that. That's a tough in itself. You're trying to bring inner city kids into an all-white suburban school. And it was clashing on both ends because nobody was aware of each other. And then add the aspect of teachers who don't understand these students. That's like pouring gasoline on fire.
Yeah.
So it was a lot of riots, it was a lot of fights. And I just wanted to do something about that. So I said many times, and it's not just white on black, it's many times black people don't understand each other. And just because you have a black male teacher, I remember I was teaching over at Arlington, I need you to help this young man, that young man. That don't mean that we know anything about each other.
Right.
We have to get to know each other. So you have to listen to your kids. And then you have to teach from where these kids are. I started teaching over 20 years ago. We didn't have Facebook, we didn't have Twitter, we didn't have Instagram. We didn't have PowerPoints and all this. So you have to get kids out of these seats. Yeah. Kids want to be active. So we have to go where the kids are and then motivate them from where they are. Find out what they like. I got an 18-year-old son, man. Every now and then I take his headphones and I put them on. I want to see what he's listening to. Yeah. That girl! I blow my eardrums out. But taking an interest in what he likes. All his friends crowd around you. Your dad's cool, man. We're going to listen. Then when you have them, you teach them.
Yeah. Absolutely.
But you have to find some kind of common ground.
So with you being from Brightwood, then you have an advantage, let's say, kind of point to where you kind of understand maybe like, I know what's happening with this guy. To a point, I know where he's coming from versus somebody that, maybe never lived in the ghetto, never lived in the hood, don't know the advantages and the challenges this person might have. So maybe you have a, advantage to be able to help them. You kind of can even feel it. I've seen females myself. Like I had my child young. I was 18. So when I see young moms, maybe somebody else maybe don't identify, but I can look at them and say, I know her. Like I can help her. I can.
Well, you just made a good point. You said you was a young mom.
Yeah.
You know, so it's not always hood stuff. It's sometimes, you know, one of my son's friends committed suicide. You know what I mean? That's something I never dealt with.
Yeah.
You know, the suicide aspect. So we have to get to know our kids. We got to listen to our kids. But as adults, we have to deal with our own dysfunction, our own pain, because we're passing that on to our children. The psychological, spiritual, and emotional well-being of your children is your responsibility. So we have kids at the mall fighting. Why are you dropping these kids off at the mall? I mean, if you do drop them off at the mall, they should be taught at home how to act at the mall.
How to act, right.
You know, because we got these young ladies on screen fighting, and everybody's, you know, yelling around. I mean, somebody should have stepped up and said, let me break this thing up. And then it turned into just a big all-out craziness, you know.
Right.
So we need more teachers.
So when you say we need to bring our kids in, what does that look like for a parent that has a teenager that they are not identifying with, that is getting into stuff that they are not supposed to be getting into? Maybe you think you are being a great parent. Like for me, I have to go over and beyond, like almost crazy, you know, stinging on my teenage daughter. And people say, "Wow, you're too strict," but I have to. When I drop you up at the mall and I say, "Be out here at 6 o'clock," I'm walking up in the mall. You ain't out here looking crazy, ain't got no wig on, nothing. I'm coming raw. Where you at? Yes, I'm clowning. You know, you ain't wearing stuff you ain't supposed to wear. I'm taking all your crap, putting it in the bag, putting it in the garage, I'm giving you a uniform. I mean, so she's like, okay, there's gonna be a real action. I don't feel like teenagers can do what they want to do because you can't stop them. That ain't my own play that. So, you know, a parent that
Old
is,
school.
yeah, that's old
Old
school.
school
No,
for
but
real.
parents that feel like, you know, I'm at work. I don't know, you know, what advice would you give them when you say bring them in? What does that look
I
like?
think it takes a village. I mean, you know, I have a son who's 18, and believe it or not, he don't always listen to his dad. So it takes a village. I call my friends and colleagues. I was on the phone with a good friend of mine on Sunday while we were watching the game. He was talking about problems he's having with his son that I know I can address,
Okay.
that he can address. And my son's on his way to college. He wants to be a doctor. My friend is a doctor. So he's talking to him. So
Okay.
you have to find some colleagues and friends that have the skills that you need. We don't always know everything. That's why we have to go to other people to help us with that. And I think that's what parents need. If you're a parent and you're not able to relate to your kids, call somebody who can. You know, I mean, it takes a village, because we have too many parents that are trying to do things that are out of their wheelhouse and they don't know how to do it. So I asked him, I said, look, I need you to talk to my son. He said, I need you to talk to my son. I said, so give me your son's number. Give me your son's number. So that's how we did. He called my son
awesome.
yesterday.
That's what's up.
You know, but
True
sometimes
story.
they just embarrass you so bad. You don't even want to tell nobody.
Well,
I'm like, I ain't calling nobody.
We've been kids. We've embarrassed folks. So, you know, I always try to take myself out the center.
Yeah.
And I think as parents, we take it personal. Don't never take it personal. Take yourself out the center and look at it from the outside in. And pull somebody in who can help.
Yeah, that's helpful. That's
That is
helpful.
very helpful.
Somebody like
You don't know nothing about it. You got little babies. He gonna
Well,
want your number speed down.
I-
By the time they get old, they gonna be close.
now I will say this: I've taught in IPS.
Oh, okay.
You know,
Okay.
I was an
We have that in
outside
common.
teacher that would come in. We would present this curriculum called Making Proud Choices, and I knew how to relate to those kids because I was where they were at one time.
Okay.
So I want your perspective on this. What is the one thing that you believe all teenagers need, and the one thing that you believe all adults need that we just aren't getting, and that's causing us to do some of the weird, crazy stuff that we do?
I think that, let's speak to the teenagers first. I think that you need to find out what motivates them. Everybody's motivated differently. Everybody's not motivated by sports. Some people, my son don't play sport. I mean, he's in Taekwondo, but he didn't play football. He didn't do any of the stuff that I did growing up. You know, so I think we have to find out what motivates our kids and use it to our advantage. And I'm gonna keep reiterating this with parents. We have parents who are having kids, and we need more. When I was growing up, there were just so many programs and so many youth centers and so many resources for parents and for students. But somehow it's dried up. The money's still there, but the money's going toward fixing highways and everything else. That's what's adding to the mass incarceration. You know, in 1970, there were 357,000 in the United States, males. In 2015, 2.3 million.
Wow.
That's how it's jumped up. Because we're looking at 4th grade test scores and we're putting our young people in prison, especially our young men of color. So we need to start going back to the boys clubs and churches need to start having events. You got a gym, use it.
Yes.
Use that gym. Let them play basketball, but teach them something at halftime. Have speakers coming in at halftime teaching young men how to be men, because many of them are not learning how to be men. Or we learning from women. I was raised by my mom and my grandmother. You know what I mean? So, and they did a good job, but I need a man to step up and teach me man stuff.
Yeah.
So you need to be careful. I tell young ladies all the time, I said, before you lay down with him, get a good look at him. And ask yourself, can I look at him for the next 20 years? Because if he didn't put a ring on it, then why you messing with him anyway? Because you taking chances. See, we need to start having those real kind of conversations with our children.
Keeping it real.
And parents and kids need to sit down and talk, but more importantly, listen to each other. We got parents talking over kids, kids talking over parents. No, we got to respect each other. And that's man rule number one to me is honesty and respect.
Yeah, that's good. That's good, man.
You guys, you're tuning in right now here on ampsradio.com, and you're going to watch us on ftv.com. We are here with Robert Jackson, national speaker and author, and we thank you so much for coming on the Angel Start Show. Can you tell people where they can find you?
Well, you can find me on my website, robertjacksonmotivates.com. You can email me, robert@robertjacksonmotivates.com.
Okay. And we are going to be right back. You have written several books. You have a few books here, and we're going to be right back to talk to you about those, what inspired you, and the titles of those books. You guys stay tuned right here on Amps Radio and ftv.com.
Up close and personal, the Angel Star Show. If you got something to say, Angel will showcase your talent, your business on the internet show. Up close and personal, it's the Angel Star Show.
And we are back. We are here in the studio on the Angel Start Show with Robert Jackson, national speaker and author. And you brought a couple of your books here today to share with us. And I didn't even know that you wrote books and that you had some books. So it's such a pleasure to know that. Now, Kente has your very first book, right? Okay.
Yeah, No More Excuses.
Okay.
Black Men Stand Up. So tell us a
Yes,
little bit about
very
that.
strong title.
Well, I said man rule number one is honesty and respect. And, I need to deal with myself. Before I can be any good to anybody else, I need to deal with myself. And I wasn't planning on writing a book. I was just kind of writing down things I was dealing with growing up, from going through abuse to being picked on and bullied to not having a father growing up. And I really was venting.
Right.
But then I said, instead of just venting, you need to come up with some solutions. So I started jotting some stuff down, and my wife was like, you need to turn this into a book.
Nice.
So that's how I came up with the subject line, and it's got many different topics in the book, including the NFL Not For Long is my favorite chapter. But just teaching men how to be men. Are you a man or a boy? You got to ask yourself, are you a man or a boy? We got a lot of men running around here acting like boys. So I wanted to give not just young people, but men in general, some kind of guide they can go by. If you're being a man and you're not doing these things, it's unmanly.
So this is a guide. It's awesome.
Yeah, the thing that tripped me out about this book, I was skimming through it, there are so many things in here to talk about. Like, it deals with the success of an athlete, and it deals with the haters that come along, it deals with choices that you make, like a bunch of stuff. It's almost like having a father in paper book form.
That's what I wanted to do.
And then it also has a lot of solutions as well, as you talked about. It's just not a lot of venting. I want to know, how did you come up with the solutions? Because that seems like it would be the hardest part, and oftentimes we throw that out the window. So how did you even come up with so many solutions in here?
Well, after, praying on and meditating on, my situation growing up with my father, I realized that I was making decisions I was making because of me, not because he wasn't there. I knew right from wrong.
Right.
So I had to stand up. And I think that's what's wrong with parents. We need parents standing up and being strong and being diligent about who you are as a parent, who you were as a young person. And the solutions were simple. I said, this is what men do. Just because I didn't have my father there, I've seen men.
Right.
And I know how men act and how men should act. I mean, how you calling yourself a man and you're not taking care of your family? Lights being cut off, you get kicked out of the house, no food. That's not man stuff. So I wanted to put some kind of rites of passage together to challenge men to be better men. because we're supposed to be the leaders. But I grew up when my mom was a leader. My grandmother was the leader. I didn't have a lot of strong men in my life. I never knew my father. So I wanted to teach young men who were growing up like me, because we got to break this cycle of destruction and dysfunction. So I wanted to teach young men how to be men, and not just young men. We got some grown boys acting like boys, grown men acting like boys. So I want to teach them as well.
Now, where can someone get this book? Where is it?
Oh, they can get it on my website.
Oh, okay.
Website robertjacksonmotivates.com.
Okay.
And they can get all my materials on the website.
Okay. And I have 2 more books here. So you've got the ladies first. It says No More Excuses. This is a workbook for girls. So this is a workbook that they can actually go through and read and answer questions and try to really get the juices flowing up there. So I'm glad that you actually have something for the ladies.
Yeah, I have 2 daughters.
Yeah,
I wanted
nice.
to go ahead and put something together for the girls, because I'm not a woman. I don't know anything about being a woman,
Right.
but I can teach my daughters from a male perspective.
Yes.
So why not teach other daughters?
Yes, yes.
So it's really good for middle school and high school and college age young ladies.
And you know what I've learned in life? I have learned that even if it's a situation that I have not experienced, like I still know how to handle it and how to go through it. Like maybe you can look at the instructions on how to bake a cake and you know how to bake a cake, you just never made one, but I can call you and tell you how to, even though I never done it. You know, like if you can see it. So when people say I didn't have a dad, I didn't have mom, I was this, I was that, I'm like, but you've been around people in the world, you know you're supposed to be doing that.
Right.
You know you ain't supposed to stab nobody. You know what I'm just saying. So quit trying to act like you know.
Yeah.
No more excuses.
No more excuses.
Well, that's why I named the whole curriculum "No More Excuses."
Yeah.
Because for every solution, there's a problem. I mean, for every problem, there's a solution. So, no more excuses. I mean, I don't want to hear about your excuses.
Yeah.
Do the right thing.
And the world does not care
They
about
don't.
your excuses. Nobody cares besides your therapist. And if you don't send that paper in, they don't want to hear it either. No excuses. So this is awesome. And then I have one more, the No More Excuses Solution to Educating Black and Latino Males.
That's for educators.
This is for educators. Okay, so this is for people.
So educate, when I go do seminars, and
Okay.
I'm working on the new book, is Building Cultural Awareness
Uh-huh.
and Effective Communication with Students.
Okay.
So when I go work with educators, just like kids, they want a guide. What can you leave me with? So that's why I put the Solutions Educating Black and Latino Males.
Wow.
That's huge.
This has been an awesome show. I feel inspired. Like, I'm going to go home and whip these kids in shape.
Don't do that. Talk to them. Don't whoop them.
No, I'm
Talk
talking
to
about
them.
whip them in shape.
There you
Like,
go.
so this is the plan and what we're going to do. No.
You gotta listen.
I mean, they already told me
That's
that.
what- You gotta listen
But
to
you know
them.
what? I do listen to my kids a whole lot, and my grandmother raised me, and my grandmother raised me, and her daughters.
Sure.
And so them 2 together is like a man. I ain't need no daddy. You know, they are very strong. They did not play. They were very strict. We were held accountable for everything. We had
But
to
I still
treat,
think that all kids need 2 parents.
they do, but I'm just saying, I'm okay. I
Oh,
mean,
yeah.
my father was arranged in the military, so you know.
But you went through your growing pains with that, I'm sure.
Just when he passed away, because we
Yeah.
were really close. Even though he was, off in Iraq and everything,
Sure.
we still, the love was still there. He didn't
There you
have to be present. But when he passed away, I did, because I was like, that was too short. But I didn't act out though, because my grandmother would have came in there
Oh,
and
yeah.
acted out on me.
That's a
So
most
I didn't act
yeah.
out. I was like, well, I better get in there screaming this pillow, honey, because she ain't playing with me.
That wooden cane.
Yeah.
No, she'd break them switches again.
Oh,
You can't even do that
Break
type
my
of stuff
fingers.
no more. You can't do it, and that's why these kids is
They got 800 number now. So.
They got 800. Yeah. So thank you so much again for coming back to the Angel Start Show. You come back anytime. Open invitation to come back to the show.
Thank you.
When you get your next book coming out, we want you to come on and let everybody know about it. So follow this guy. He's on Facebook as well under Robert Jackson, and you have another Facebook page for
We got Facebook, Robert Jackson Motivates fan page.
Mhm.
I'm on Facebook. I'm on Twitter. RJ Motivates on Twitter. Rob J Motivates on Instagram.
Okay,
So
there you go.
Instagram,
And
Twitter, you can find me.
And you can always go to the website. It's right here on the bottom of the screen. If you need someone to come out and speak for any type of event that you have going on, reach out and see if he can be a service to you.
Up close and personal, it's the Angel Star Show. If you got something to say, Angel will showcase your talent, your business on the internet show. Up close and personal, it's the Angel Star Show.
Today on local and national news, the Obamas are right at the end of their term and they're moving out of the White House. just to get a little feel of what it's like in the up and coming days before the big move, Stephen Rokon. And he said that it's really like organized chaos at the White House these days. Now, they've got on the south side where Trump and his family, well, he'll be moving in by himself, I guess, but Trump and him moving in. And then on the other side, they're organizing to have Barack and his family moving out. So it's organized, but it's definitely chaotic. So everybody and all of the people that are the staffers are preparing for this big inauguration ball. They're preparing the menu. They are cleaning the draperies and changing things and just getting everything prepared so that Trump and his family can be comfortable and ready to go. Because Obama already stated that he wants it to be a very smooth transaction and so that Trump can feel very, very comfortable. Now, in the White House, all of the presidents have left a little bit of some type of signature behind. And Trump says that he doesn't plan to redecorate this very special place. He doesn't plan to redecorate that. So we'll watch this and see if there's not hot tubs in every room and flat screens, but we'll see. So there's a couple of different presidents that have left a mark. Other presidents have left their own mark at the White House. So Obama requested a special shower head and they added a basketball court. That's not too much to ask for. Now, Bill Clinton, on the other hand, added a 7-seated hot tub, and Richard Nixon added a bowling alley. So the White House got a lot of different things. Well, I didn't even know they had a bowling alley. So it sounds like a fun place to live. But, you know, there's just so much. I know that I hate moving in the wintertime and moving, period. So you can imagine moving, but I bet you it's a lot easier transaction than what we do because they have so many people helping them. The staffers at the White House only have 6 days to get Barack and his family out and Trump in. Can you imagine all that they have to do to get everybody together? I mean, it's detailed down to the tiniest thing while they're preparing the menu and preparing the food for the guests and the snacks so when Trump gets there. I mean, it's just crazy. But I'm not sure. Is Trump moving in with his family? I thought that him and his wife and son was staying somewhere else. Yeah. So I guess he's moving in by himself, but they just keep saying family. So.
You know, he want to move in by himself so he can, he can grab, he can. Yeah, that's what that is.
I said, what is happening? But I mean, I'm excited. I'm wondering how much news coverage and if they're going to be like out of sight, out of mind, kind of like or like Hillary. Have anybody seen Hillary?
She in Canada right now.
Hillary just cut out. She said, "I didn't win. I'm out." She didn't say nothing else. I just thought about that. So I wonder if they're going to be out of sight, out of mind type thing, or if they're still going to be, because I remember that Michelle Obama was on the Ricky Smiley Morning Show, and she said, "Hey, if you do not get my girl in office, don't ask me to come and do nothing. Don't ask me to speak. Don't ask me to do nothing." And I was really cracking up that she said that on the Ricky Smiley Morning Show. So I will not be surprised if they move out of that White House and we don't hear nothing, honey.
Yeah, but I mean, there's always a gap, right? Mm-hmm. Like even with Bill Clinton, like he was super famous. He was like a celebrity.
Yeah.
But there was a long period of time where he just kind of disappeared. He fell back. Yeah. And then all of a sudden, he moved in Harlem. And everybody's like, wow. Yeah. So I think Obama and that family will do the exact same thing.
I wish I could do that sometime when I move. How do you get people to just go away so you can get adjusted, But anyway, so stay tuned and watch that and make sure that you just kind of know what's going on in the Oakland national news. So, nationally, the Bourbon Street restaurant is closing. What? It is closing. So they are closing on January the 6th. So you only have a few more days to get down there and taste some of this this beautiful and very tasty. And it's almost like a legacy. Like it's been open for years. So you might want to go down. The information's on the screen. Check out the food. Get your pictures because it is like bye-bye. It's getting out of here.
Yeah, hurry up and get down there and get toe up.
Yes.
One last time.
Okay, Kente, so tell us what's going on in dating and love from a man's point of view today.
Okay, all right, so this week in love and dating, one of the things I want to talk about is something I was inspired to see. Over the holidays, there were a lot of family members that I was around, and there have been people that have been married 10, 20 years in my family. And one of the things that I have learned is that the male has actually caused the climate of the home to be high and vibrant and loving. And most of those families have actually stayed together and their children have moved out, but their children still love their mother and their father. And I just want to speak to the men right now and just encourage you and let you know that you control the climate of the home. We all know that if the wife is happy, your life is happy. But when it comes to the male, we actually help the family be vibrant, or we can also be that family's demise. So, based on our attitudes, based on our actions, we totally have the say so in how joyous or how unhappy our families are.
You know what? That is true, because Michael in our household, I didn't realize that if he's in a bad mood or he tells us no, me and the girls, about something, we're all like, dang, this is all screwed, because you should have seen, he just booked us to go to, what did he book us to go to? I posted on Facebook. Goodness, I can't even think of the name of it. We're going to California, and we're going to get the cabin on the beach. And, you know, when he said that, the whole house erupted, and everybody's been happy ever since.
Yeah.
You know, and he's the leader, and that is true. So if your husband or your man, and especially if he's not treating you right, then you're down, the kids is down. So, man, make sure that when you are taking on that leader position and then everything's riding on you, your attitude, do the right thing. You know, so you can have a happy household and the vibe can be, awesome.
Yeah, it's a lot on your shoulders, but you can do it.
Yeah.
All right. So make sure that you tune in next Monday, ampsradio.com, 9 a.m. Or check us out later on when you can actually view us, ampstv.com at 7 p.m. I'm your co-host, Kente Bell.
And I'm your host, Angel Sarks.
See you next time.
All right.
Up close and personal.